after you've created a lot of pages with notes, and you want to now share them as a browsable and searchable website, you would go into the collections sidebar by clicking the Databyss icon on the top left,
Okay.
and that would show you what collections are currently visible within the Databyss interface. But then if you actually also click on the current collection, you'll get the settings for that collection in the main column on the right. So here you can add a description, which is kind of like an abstract or an introduction to your collection of notes that people will see when they browse to it on the web. And then you would populate this collection with pages from your Databyss. So you would go back to your pages sidebar. And now let's say I want to add Blanchot notes to this collection. So I'm going to drag it over, right? And now it tells me that I can also remove this page from this collection by clicking the X. And that doesn't delete the page or remove it from the original collection that it was in. Just deletes it, just removes it from being shared with this collection.
Does a page always need to be in a collection?
A page always will be in a collection,
Okay.
unless it is deleted.
Okay.
Right? Yeah. So it's always in the collection in which it originates. If you're in a Databyss environment where, for example, you have multiple collections visible, then I think it would add it to your default account.
Okay.
Right. So you have
are we gonna have a default collection at this
default account collection. They're synonymous. Yeah. So when you sign up with Databyss, you get a default collection, and you can't remove it. Maybe I think that's sort of what private is. Maybe it's called private to begin with, right? Because it is private.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then maybe so we could put default in there as well.
Okay.
Right. So we're here, and from the right column here, we can also either make the entire collection public by clicking the toggle, and then it will give you a link to share. We can also share it with specific people. So here I've added, you get yourself as a user here by default as administrator. And here I've added a few more people by typing their emails. And then you can also assign the roles here. So for example, if I wanted to change Jake Reader's role for some reason, I would click on that and get a selection of different roles. Read only being like it sounds to read only. Contributors is a user that can create pages, but not edit other people's pages.
Okay.
Right. They can only create pages and edit pages that they have added to this collection.
Okay.
And an editor can do everything that a contributor can, but also edit other people's pages.
Right.
And then administrator has access to this screen to change the settings of the collection, right?
Okay. Yeah.
So we'll see, I guess, when we get to your piece, we'll see like what a shared collection might look like that has a lot of pages and topics. Right. The only other thing to show is actually this page. So on this page we see, this is if you clicked on a shared collection, that has been shared with you. So collections where you accept the invitation will appear in this part of the column. And so here you see the description text, which is just free text, and that's the introduction. It also shows you the name of the author and any other contributors, as well as just some statistics on the collection itself.
Okay. A couple questions. One, what is the purpose of leave this collection? Like, why can't you just click? Like, where would you go if you left the collection?
Leave this collection means it's no longer going to appear in your Databyss in this collection sidebar down here, right? So if you went to leave this collection, it would remove it from this list.
Okay, and real quick, I don't know if you said this, but what are the eyeballs and the cross through the eyeball on?
Right. So the visible invisible toggles, right? Return to sender is visible here. Dose of recipes is invisible. Indicate that the collections, resources, topic sources, and
entries,
pages later on. Yeah. Entries in the search is exactly will show up in the Databyss interface, in your Databyss interface. Right. So when you go to search something, it will only include entries from collections that are visible.
So it's okay. It's for the searching and the indexing. Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
So, you know, if you log into your Databyss and you decide you really only want to focus on, you know, your specters and marks notes, you would make all the others invisible and you would just enable specters and marks.
Right.
Right.
If you right. Okay.
Right.